filter on this shit? Hell no, I wouldn't able to do that. The black and white shit. Dance party. Not dance party. What? Okay, we gonna use that. I don't know why they ain't doing it. Bailee. Start recording. Questions. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's see here. Let's do question. Reading. Come on, what is up with this brightness, bro? I hate that shit. Personal terror. Reading. Send notification. Let's do 10. That's for question. Clarification. question, 3 cards bad, $10 clarification or second question. Next is 15. Clarifying oracle. Full spread. Alright, let's see how this works. I'm leaving it. It's a dance party. Oh, okay. Back. We got it. It's it. All right. And that's my job. Back. Welcome to another episode of Tangential Thoughts. I'm your host, Q, the Energy Sage. And so on Tangential Thoughts, we like to read the energies and frequencies that may be present throughout the day and what energy or parts of ourselves will best help us navigate through the day. And so, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued love and support. If you are a new viewer, then I would say consider subscribing and looking through the channel, going through the playlist, because it's a lot of content, and I'm pretty sure there's something that you will find interest in, or something that you didn't know that you was interested in that you probably will catch your attention. All right, so just take some time to look through that. If you want to help support the channel and keep things going, then you can send Cash App tips to the Cash App. The link should be in the description. Or, as always, consider purchasing Tangential Thoughts, which is a guided journal on Amazon that's filled with quotes, my response to the quotes, and pictures. And so, hopefully the goal is that, it's a quote you probably heard or may not have heard, depending on where you're at in your life experience. Some of the quotes I've heard in conversation, and then it's my response to the quotes, and then on the other side gives you a space to journal and wrestle and get down with your thoughts, because your heart speaks to you through your emotions. And so the goal is that maybe one day when we cross paths, we can swap books. We take some Polaroids, put a Polaroid in your book, put a Polaroid in my book, write the messages in each other's books, and document our experience, or get capture some type of energy that helps us remember and reflect back onto the encounter that we had. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the reading. And so we like to start with the Archeo deck. The architect is archetypes, parts of ourselves. There's parts of you. There's a brave part of you. There's a shy part of you. You know what I'm saying? There's a curious part of you. There's a childish part. Which part of you will best serve you today and us for today? All right. Which part of you will best serve you today? Which part of us will best serve us as we encounter the energies and move throughout our day? Which will best serve us today? Thank you, Spirit. Alright, so let's see. First card coming out is my favorite card, Duende. This is a card of fully expressing yourself to the best of your ability, and so that you live with no regret. Otherwise, this is that card that if you do not take action, it will leave you with an inconsolable grief. Alright. Next card is the Illuminator. The Illuminator shines a light on everything and things that can grow, our inspirations, our passions. And so I'm really already loving this because we're already talking about our creativity and our soul coming into contact with our body and expressing itself. And now we have the Illuminator shining a light and making things that much brighter for us to see and for the world to see and to grow and growth and expansion. It's almost like this light is, that sun is almost like on top of this lighthouse. And you know, lighthouses can be a guiding direction for those if you're lost out at sea. That lighthouse showed you that there's land nearby. There's a place of solitude or rest coming up. All right. And then the next one is the Midwife card. Now the Midwife card is a card of ancestral feminine knowledge and wisdom. And so even on this card, you see that there's a baby here. And so the midwife gives birth. And so I'm loving the message right now because it's giving birth to our creative thought. All right, giving birth to our creative thought today. And so today is a very creative time. It would be in our best interest. That's the energy that's coming across. It would be in our best interest to be creative, take control, or it's not even like taking control. It's just taking some inspired action based on what's being illuminated and in front of us. All right. And then we have the Mobius card at the bottom of the deck, which is a card of being present in the current moment and eternity. All right. Oh, let me get the external factors. All right. So the next six cards are external influences and factors that may be influencing, having an impact on our creative expression here. Because it's showing so dim, I'm not sure if I'm rocking it, I'm on the rock. It's our full creative expression, letting things go. Alright, so first card coming out is the Anima Animus, and this is that duality, this is that yin and yang energy, mixing logic and intuition. So, you know what I'm saying, taking action on our emotions. And so that's just more confirmation here. That's on the outside. Some more moving forward. The Reflector card. This is the card of looking at yourself for the good, the bad, and the ugly, however you want to look at it, and accepting it as who you are and as a part of you. And you know what I'm saying? And just being able to look at it and accept that truth. Because once you step into your power, being able to accept your own truth, who's going to say anything to you? Somebody could think they're trying to call you out on something, and it's like, yeah, I am that. I am this. I don't care what you want to say. Yeah, what? Now what? I'm whatever you want to say. Now what? So what? Get on with your life. All right, we got the Mooncat cards. Come out in the same position it came out yesterday as well. That's a card of following our intuition, and now we got the poet. The poet is coming out as well. And so this is coming out underneath the road with the Duende. And so expressing ourselves through our words here, and the artist, not the artist, I am an artist, I am. But the poet makes the mundane seem extraordinary with just their words. So full creative expression with our words there, communicating with the earth, communicating with spirit, communicating with the energies around them, and energies around us, and letting it all show. You know what I'm saying? Letting our full range of emotions show today. If you are given an opportunity, go ahead and just speak freely. Next card, like I just said, the next card is the Jester card, which is also a card of freedom of speech here, a freedom of speech without persecution at that, because the Jester is the only one who's able to talk about the king in such a way, or social injustices, without being persecuted. And then the last card is the Metamorph card, with the card of transformation, but crossing this threshold, entering into the darkness where you gain your wings. Let me see if I can see better without this here. Not with the bubbles. I'm gonna leave the bubbles on. We're in Bikini Bottom now. Are you ready, kids? Captain Q. Let's go. We have Bikini Bottom now. We have Bikini Bottom. All right, bet. All right. So, main thing that we needed to focus on for today is, move that out the way. Good morning. Get this out the way. Blessings. Good to see you back for another day, another reading. So, main message so far that has come across, so far is giving birth to your creative thought and your creative passions, and fully expressing yourself today. If you are given the chance to express yourself, then I would say do so, because I think today is a time to do that, because we also have the poet. We got the poet and the Jester, which also both talk about freedom of speech and being able to express yourself without repercussion. You know what I'm saying? And just being creative with it, because we had the midwife card here, we had the illuminator for us and for ourselves, with that sun, that illuminator card, shining a light on our soul's creative passion. Can I pull this down? All right, maybe I'll tap it again. All right, boom. All right, and so let's go ahead and jump into the tarot. And let's see what other messages will come across. So the first card is the Duende, which is our card of our soul expressing itself, so that we express ourselves to our fullest ability, so that we're not living with regret. At the end of today, we should be able to say, I said everything I wanted to say and I did what I wanted to do. That's what Duende is popping out for. And so, why is Duende here? Beautiful. Brand new beginnings. We got the Ace of Cups here, which is the divine offering. Cups is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm gonna leave that right there. So we ain't even gotta do nothing about that. That's a brand new start, brand new beginning, and that's shining a light on our creative passions. I had a conversation with a lady this morning about a business venture. She was just chatting, but it just gave me confirmation about a business venture that I've been thinking about, and so I can't wait for that. I just got some confirmation for that. So we're gonna add some clarifiers soon, but let's keep moving. Why is the illuminator here? What are we shining the light on? Damn. Now we got the Two of Wands. Got the Two of Wands here. Wands is fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. And of course, I'm an Aries born along that Pisces cup, so it's a lot of fire and water already popping up here that I'm loving. And so the Two of Wands is a card of preparation. He got the world in his hands. He's holding on to the wand right here, looking out onto the world. And this is also a card, it's more fire energy. It's coming right there with that sun card. And so Definitely a time for creative passions and prepping and planning for that next step. Because once it comes, once you receive that blessing, you want to make sure that you're in a space to amplify it, magnify it. Once you get that investment, you can flip it. It's not about maintaining it. It's about, boom, I got this. Now I'm going to flip this going forward. So we got the Two of Wands coming out. That's awesome. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles, and that's Earth energy, Taurus or Capricorn, and that's abundance right there. So let's go ahead and move to the midwife card. What's the creative thought that's getting? What are we giving birth to here? What are we giving birth to? The midwife card is next. What are we giving birth to? Damn. Yep. Taking it just like that. Eight of Wands. So more wands, more fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. What do we? And so incoming love communication could be. And then, I saw this guy earlier today, and it was so beautiful. Because I asked him where he was from, and he said from the cosmos, just like you. And I love that. I love that. So we got the Two of Wands, the Eight of Wands popping up. Baby, come here. Relax. Sit. Lay. Lay. Thank you. That's beautiful. That's a clear message right here. Thank you. All right, but let's go ahead and add some clarifiers. Here. Beautiful. All right, so with Duende, we have our Ace of Cups. We got this Ace of Cups, and that's a divine offering. You know what I'm saying? Cups that's our heart space, that's relationships. That's our heart space, that's relationships. And you see with the Ace of Cups, the water is overflowing. You know what I'm saying? So that's clearly abundance offering here. And so let's see. What's up with this? Why is Duende here and this Ace of Cups? What is Spirit giving to us for today? All right, more cups. So Four of Cups just came out in reverse, and so usually upright is a card of rejection, and so now we're going to be receiving, and so more cups, more water energy, more of that emotional space there, and then it's the Five of Wands. Now the Five of Wands is a card of tactics, and so more fire as well. It's nothing but water and fire. You know what I'm saying? Emotional project and what we're creating here. And so with the Five of Wands here, this is a card of conflict and trying to gain the upper hand. I'll get one more. Dang. And then the Eight of Wands came back out again. Okay. Okay. So depending on how you want to take it, how you want to resonate, because I see with the Four of Cups here, you got the Ace of Cups and you got the Four of Cups. So this, and receiving and accepting, and we had the Eight of Wands here, and then we got the Eight of Wands that just came out again here. So more fire energy, more taking action. And so either this is us or whoever this person is or whatever this wants to be, kind of like almost wrestling with their feelings in a sense, about how they want to go about this communication and sending this love offering. Because the Eight of Wands just came out twice. So double confirmation with that. And that could also be, where one person is direct and clear and the other person's unsure. So we'll see how the energy plays out for today or coming up. Let's move towards the Two of Wands. Why is the Two of Wands here? All right, damn, yeah, it's literally nothing but fire and water. Now we got the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups is coming in reverse, and this could speak of an emotionally manipulative person. And right behind that is also the Magician in reverse. So definitely some manipulative energy. Somebody maybe even trying to play on our heart space here with things that we got going on. So that's something to definitely be aware of. That's energy to be aware of. At the bottom of the deck is the World in reverse, and that generally talks to some type of opportunity. So definitely going to be on the lookout for somebody trying to tug at our heartstrings and maybe trying to take us off our path. And whatever they're trying to create and come through with, I'm not sure if I want to receive it. It don't look like it's good energy. All right. And so for whatever energy you are encountering for today, it is always okay to not be rushed. We don't have to take a rush on anything. It's a lot of fire in here. It's a lot of fire, which is fast movement and communication. That's not a space that we need to be in. There is no need to rush. We can definitely take our time. We can definitely take our time. And that's something to be aware of. If somebody's rushing, you might want to question their intention, their real motive. All right, let's see what the Eight of Wands is about. Let's go ahead and move forward. Let's see what this Eight of Wands is about. And that World is here. This could be speaking like of a missed opportunity. Then we got the King of Swords in reverse, another court card. This is not some air energy. This is that communication, that mental thought space, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So that could be speaking of a missed opportunity here. Somebody could be, up in their head reflecting about a missed opportunity. Two of Swords, more air energy, about indecision. Hermit card in reverse, coming out of that. So definitely coming forward, coming out of this isolation with some type of communication, rushing in, because there's a ton of fire here. Somebody trying to rush in about this missing opportunity. Yeah, and then the Knight of Swords. Hell no. That you can get the fuck on with that. That's what that is. And that's whatever. All right, so let's see. So I'm gonna be taking my time today. I'm sitting back. We had a lot of cards of freedom of speech and expressing ourselves. That's what came up first. And so, for whatever energy is coming this way, I'm kicking my shit. I'm gonna express myself. But I ain't having nobody rush me or take me off my path. That's for sure. I don't care what you got going on. Let's see. Moving to the love deck. First card I read intuitively. First two cards I read intuitively. The third card I read from the deck. First card is the energy that needs to be let go of. 26, the ruler. This is the energy that needs to be let go of. Letting go of control and letting things play out how they should. Definitely seems like the energy to be in. Because it looks like somebody trying to come in and do something. You know what I'm saying? Let go of control. Let the cards fall how they may. The next one is the energy that needs to be kept. The child. The child is coming out. And the child does not care. The child is carefree. The child just plays as is. And that is a card of being playful. And we got the Two of Wands there. Because we had the Sun and that Two of Wands shining light on our creative passions. So I know for today, one of the things, I had an outfit that I was going to make. Yesterday I finished the shirt. And so today I'm going to be cutting up the pants and the shorts to see how I want the shorts to look. And so this is the energy that needs to be kept. And then last one is the energy that needs to be learned. The heart. We got 22. The heart is the energy that needs to be learned, and I'll read that from the book. 22 is 4. 22, 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4 is a stable number for home and stability. No. 22. All right, the heart. Remember, we had the Two of Wands out here, which is a card of preparation and planning. Making plans and finding answers with your heart is probably best at the moment. It was a lot of cups that came out here as well, which talks about our emotional heart space. And so, and I think we're in a heart-based time. And so following our heart for whatever it's saying to us is the best action. Listen to your heart, what you truly love, and shine a light on your day. We had the Illuminator come out. Romance is indicated. Had the Eight of Wands come out twice. And so are strong and sometimes volatile reactions. It was a lot of swords. We had the Two of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Swords. You know what I'm saying? The King of Swords came out in reverse and the King of Cups came out in reverse. That is manipulative energy that we need to be aware of. Also with this Knight of Swords rushing in. And so that's why it's best to play it safe. So watch out for yours and those of others. Man, I think the goal is if for whatever comes to you, if you can take, before responding, if you even count to 4. Just doing that right there will just temper your reaction and make you think, do I want to say this? Is that what I really want to say? Is that what I really want to do? So watch out for yours and those of others. You can't control what somebody else is going to say or do, and they can't control how you're going to respond and react. So definitely you can only control your space here. So I would definitely be aware of that. Again, try and silence your own mind and use your feelings to work through things. The heart does know what it wants, and it uses emotions to express this. So listen when it speaks. If your heart tell you something, if you feel some type of way, act on that. Good, bad, if it's happy, follow your excitement. If it's depressing or if it's sad, move away from it. It can give, the beautiful part that I love about this one, it can give and receive love at the same time. So there's no, I'm gonna give this person a little to see, you know what I'm saying, to see what they're gonna do and say, or somebody else trying to say, well, let me see what they do. No, it's same time. It's giving and receiving at the same time. But there are not scales of measurement or score sheets to tally. So the question, when was the last time you did something completely heart focused? When was the last time you did something completely heart focused? That's good. And just saying, you know what? This what makes my heart happy. Whether it's not talking to a person. That's a realization I came to. Leaving somebody and then noticing how happier I was. I was scared to leave this person, you know what I'm saying? We're having those abandonment issues. Now it's, damn, I'm better without. Or taking action towards a person and saying, yo, and seeing what happens. Expressing yourself. It's gonna make you feel so much better. It's gonna make you feel so much better. All right. My spread is done. What's the energy for the day? What y'all got going on? Hey, y'all, it's good to see you again. Thank you for tapping back in. And I'm back in the swing of things, so I'll definitely be back on for tonight. I'll be back on for the night to do the dream manifestation reading. Yesterday I tried to take a fast. I wanted to do like a social media fast. So, but I'm back on to them. And so tonight, I'll be back on it in the evening to do a dream manifestation, to see what energy and frequencies we should put on our heart and space before we go to sleep. Yeah, you know how the questions go? You know how the questions go, pimp? You can check the poll too to let you know. And I'll be able to, and I'll go from there. I put it up in the poll so you can see how things is lined up. And that'll let me know what type of spread you need. What type of spread you need, what type of reading you need. Check the poll, check the poll. That'll let you know. Check the poll, that'll let you know what we got going on. Either 3-card spread, or if you want 2 questions, or if you just got that 1 question but you want some clarifiers, or the 15 that'll get you, we go to the clarifiers and I do go from the Oracle deck based on your question. And then the 20 is the full spread where I use both oracles and both tarot. And you tapping in, you viewing, share some positivity. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let's get it going. You know what I'm saying? Let's be active. What are we doing? We can't always just be sitting back. We gotta take action. Put some positivity, put some abundance in the air. Share some love. That's what I'm doing. But you gotta give me something to work with. You share some positivity and love, show me something to work with so we can keep it going, keep it moving. Let's get our day going, let's get our day started. You know what headspace I'm in. We staying right there. And then just comment sent. Once you comment sent, I'll check for verification, put your question up, and then we pull. We reading the energy, we reading the room. I bet. I got you. Drop your question in. 3-card spread. Thank you. What was the tower moment that experience for you that you didn't want to tell me? It was a tower moment you Didn't want to. Which one you want? You want the shadow? You want the OG? You want the color? You want the black and white? You want the color, the black and white, the shadow, the OG. Got you. What was the time moment experience? What did they not say? What was the time moment experience? What did they not say? Yeah, what was the time moment experience? What did they not say? Experience, what did they not say? You ready? Yeah? Let me know if you're ready. Let me know when you're ready. I got your 3-card spread, and I'll just let me know when you're ready. Okay. It's just what came out. You know what I'm saying? But to just be, I don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but this what came out, and it came out just like this. All right. So, first card that came out was the 2 of Cups in reverse. The next card that came out was the High Priestess in reverse. When I first saw those two, 2 of Cups. Cups is water energy. It talks about relationships. But in reverse, coming out of this balance and this relationship, this is a card of hidden knowledge, hidden truth. And then you had the last one that came out was the Emperor. Now the Emperor is a card of decision and taking action. So, at the bottom of the deck was the Lovers And the very next card, because the next card behind the Emperor was the Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. And so I think you can clearly tell. You don't got to read between the lines here about what's going on or what happened. This, you know what I'm saying? This looks like leaving one connection to make another connection here, and this Ten of Swords speaks of an ending. It speaks of betrayal. It speaks of backstabbing. The beautiful part about that is once it ends, it's a lesson learned, and 1 + 0 is a 1, brand new beginnings. So, but from what came out, clearly leaving a connection. This is a card of hidden truth and knowledge. Emperor taking action and decision. Emperor does what he wants. The next card behind the Emperor was the Ten of Swords, and the card at the bottom of the deck was the Lovers, which can speak to another relationship or connection. So I'm pretty sure that's maybe not exactly what you wanted to hear. I know that is not the best news, but it seems like there was another person, that person wants to pursue another connection. That's what it seems like. Ten of Swords there. Next card, Nine of Swords in reverse. It ain't. Yeah. That's what came across. That's what like. That's what. I'll show it to you one more time. The Two of Cups came out in reverse. High Priestess. It was the Emperor. The next card, the Emperor, is the card of taking action, decision. You know what I'm saying? Emperor does what he wants. The next card behind that is this Ten of Swords, backstabbing, betrayal. You got the Nine of Swords, which talks about mental. Both swords is generally Aquarius air energy. But that cups, this Two of Cups, this restricts to relationships. And it's in reverse. It's in reverse here, and then it's leading to this over here. And this is a card of, you know what I'm saying, being stuck up in your head in this mental headspace about that. And I can, you know what I'm saying, at the bottom of the deck was the Lovers. That's what came out. So that's what it seems like that tower moment was about. But you know, sometimes they say that, you know, getting a reading can help you, you know what I'm saying, get some clarity, get a little more this than a third, and it can help you move on quicker. Because sometimes people will leave you just up in a daze and not knowing what happened. And it leaves you stuck for a while. And it leaves you in this mental, like what you're being stuck about, like what happened, what going, this, that, boom, and it can leave you like that for a really long time. And so sometimes you go to tarot and you go to a reader and they tell you like, yo, and it can help you just move on quicker. It can help you move on quicker. I'm gonna put these back. Did you receive that? Did you hear everything? Cause I know something like that can, you know, something like that can hurt. But it came out straight like that. It came out straight like that. Straight like that. Yeah, that Ten of Swords wanted to come right back out. Yeah. So it seems like the tower moment was about pursuing another connection. Leaving one connection. Because of the Two of Cups in reverse. High Priestess. That was what's hidden. Emperor, moving forward, and there's the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck was the Lovers. Yeah, with that connection. Will that connection be long term? There's always back and forth. Okay, you want to know about that connection? Will that connection be long term? There's always back and forth. Okay. I got you. I got your next one. Will that connection be long term? Will that connection be long term? All right. Spirit. Will that connection be long term? 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 Okay, so what came out? Strength card in reverse. Two of Cups again came out in the middle here, and then the back end is the Three of Cups and the Devil in reverse. So what I will say about this, with the Strength card coming out in reverse, I'm gonna say I think it's coming out in reverse because of the way it started. It started, you know what I'm saying, on some. Because it's Leo. This is fire energy, so it started off passionate. It's starting off very passionate, and but it's starting off in a sense of how do I say? It's starting off in a sense of it's not starting off in the right way. It's not. It didn't start off grounded. It just started off passionately. And then we got the Two of Cups here. So both of these are in reverse. So there's some instability here. However, it's this Three of Cups, which is celebration. And then we also have the Devil, which is card of temptation. All those in reverse. What I would say is what came out is that fire is it was a strength card in reverse and the two of cups in reverse, and I think that's referring to how it started off. It's starting off passionate and stable because of, you know what I'm saying, for what that person that person was in a stable connection and they left that, so it's not starting off exactly uh, in the best on solid ground. However, it then had the Three of Cups and the Devil. Now, with water and earth energies, those are because it's the Three of Cups and it's the Devil. So it's going to last for the way I'm kind of look. You got the Two of Cups and Three of Cups, and cups refer to. I'm pretty sure cups is like months. You got 2 to 3 months, basically, is what that kind of refers to. And you got the devil. That's a little bit of earth energy. What's the next 2 to 3 months? That's October, November, December, and the devil is Capricorn energy. So it looks like that connection may last for a while for the remainder of the. It looks like it could last for the remainder of the year. It says like we got two of the cups to the Three of Cups, and Three of Cups is the card of, you know, some celebration and gatherings and happy times, and then you got the devil here, which is the card of temptation and addictions and things. And so I mean, we grown people here. When you start having sex with somebody, you have sex with them for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? And as far as long as until you get tired of having sex with that person, basically. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here gonna talk to you straight. It seems like if for you to leave one connection and go to another, that is something that you know what I'm saying, you're passionate about for a bit, and you can probably be fucking this person for a couple months. You got cups out here, and then you got the last card was that devil in reverse, and that's earth energy, that's Capricorn, and Capricorn is at the end of December, and 2 to 3 months from now is when September, October, November, December. So from what's coming out, it seems like that connection may last for the remainder of the year, and as long as they having fun having sex, you know what I'm saying. You know, any connection that's just starting off, it's gonna be good for in the beginning while y'all just exploring each other and having fun for a bit, and then whatever happens, then things start to settle out about who is who and what's going on. And all right, this is the person I've been talking to and this person I've been dealing with. Yeah, once you get over that physical part, it takes once you're tired of that and it's becoming normal and mundane, then you move into the okay, who is this person really and what energy am I encountering? So that is what's coming out right now. That's what just came out, and I'll show it to you one more time. First card that came out was the Strength card. It's fire energy. This is Leo. You know what I'm saying? That it came out. It started off passionately, and it was. I think there's some instability just because it's not starting off on the right foot here. That's why I think it's not balanced in a sense. But you got the cups, which restricts to emotions, and that heartbeat, just taking action based on your emotions, just moving forward. It has this Three of Cups, which is a card of more water, more heart-based energy. You know what I'm saying? Just moving based off of that. And you do have the devil here, that temptation, that lustful. This is lust, addiction, greed, and going from there. And so, and when you ask how long it may last, you got 2, and it goes from the 2 of Cups to the 3 of Cups, and Cups is water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and then that just moves to, even with that, Scorpio season does come up in October, November time, and then you got and then the next Earth energy is that Capricorn. So it looks like somewhere within that, definitely around November, December time range, if, you know what I'm saying, is how far it could possibly go. Yeah, I mean, that's the energy that just came across. That's the energy that came across, and that's how I'm reading it. That's how I'm reading it. So, take, you know what I'm saying, take it how you may see it or fit or applies, but that's how it came across. Because more fire would be, if there was more fire, that would be like a quicker connection. And then after that is swords. Swords is air energy. That's the next one right behind it. And that will go to like weeks. But cups is months. Cups and earth. Earth is the slowest one. You know what I'm saying? So it had that fiery beginning, and that speaks to the start of it. The cups, you know what I'm saying, getting that time to, you know, just do whatever y'all do. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of it is always rah rah, and then it ends with that devil in reverse there. So it definitely does. With any type of new connection, once y'all move past the physical part, then you gotta learn who it is, and then it's up in the air from there. So it does seem like the next few months it may go on. And even I think the last time we pulled, no problem. I thank you. I thank you for your energy and your for trusting me. But I think the last time we even talked about was I think the last time when we pulled the energy last time, it was a lot of earth energy that came across. So definitely, by the time you hear or anything from this, it probably won't be until next year. You know what I'm saying? When you might get some clarity about the whole situation from the horse's mouth. But this is giving you like an update preview, you know what I'm saying, of the energies. But thank you for coming back, tapping in. I really appreciate you. Outside of that, though, it's definitely a creative day. How can we be creative today? When that person try to communicate with me, we separate as here. We separate as here to see other people. Alright, that's a yes or no question. Alright. Real quick, let me see. From what the card that just popped out was the Seven of Cups here, and I mean it kind of whatchamacallit too. The card that just came out was the Seven of Cups, which is the card of being spoiled for choice and having choices. And of course, within any of the cups, you see that you can. How do I say? With the Seven of Cups, some of those choices are good, some of those are bad. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on you. You have choices. So is it that person that's coming back? Not sure. But we had this is a Six of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles were both right there in reverse. Five of Pentacles is about being left out in the cold, and Six of Pentacles would be fair balance of give and take, but both of those came out in reverse. So I guess once people finish exploring the code and seeing the options out there, then there will be a time to see whether this is something that you really want to explore or worth going back to once that's finished. The 5 and 6 of Pentacles were the next cards there. The 5 of Pentacles was and they were both in reverse. So I guess, what's the saying? Because the card that came out was the 7 of Cups, which is the card of being spoiled for choices here. So that's what you kind of alluded to, being exploring the options here. So I guess once people, was it fuck around and find out? I guess once everybody finishes doing that, then there'll be a time when you'll sit back and you'll be able to figure out if that's what you really even want right there. The 7 of Cups came out and upright though, so I'm gonna take that as a yes. After, options have been explored, because the 7 of Cups is a card of exploring options and choices. Because sometimes, say people, they be thinking, X, Y, and Z is out there, and then come to find out, it ain't all that it seems out there. Much love. Peace, love, blessings, and prosperity back to you. My day is blessed as always. I wake up, take my girl for a walk, play fetch with her, watch the sun come up, walk around the pond, look at the geese and the birds, take their little bird baths and whatnot. And then we hop up here. So every day above ground is a good day. You get to see the sun shining, absorb some new energies. It's always a day for a new creative adventure to happen every day that we wake up. And so those are the energies that I embody. And that's the life that we are creating and manifesting for ourselves. Being able to create each moment, and therefore creating each day, and therefore creating our life. So I'll leave this up until I finish these noodles. Rock out. I gotta put it back on you. What's your energy for today? You gotta put it right back on you. What's your energy for today? You got a goal for today? What are you planning on accomplishing for today? Do you have an intent or a motive for today? Like, man, I'm tapping in with this today. We're always abundant, but it's like, what energy are you tapping into for today? And it don't even gotta be about productivity. For yourself, what are you gonna do for yourself today? That's a better question. It's Archeo. That's what I wanna know. I'm sending that love right back to you. And I want to know, what are you going to do for yourself today? What's one thing that you can do for your heart that's going to make your heart feel good, that's going to make you excited? I don't want to hear nothing about work. I don't want to hear nothing about just being on the phone, kicking back social media. I want to hear something specific. On the grind to get this money, okay, but for you personally, outside of money, I'm talking no money involved. I know money's the motivator, but if it ain't there, if money wasn't the motivation, what would you do? That's what I want to know. I want to know that right there. What's an action or something you would do where money's not the motivation? That is my question. Like I said, I'm gonna be making some shorts today. I'm gonna be cutting up some shorts. Ain't no money involved in that. That's just the creative passion and pursuit that I want to do. So I want to know what you're gonna do for today. What would you do if money not involved? You being generic. Tell me specifically for you. You know what I'm saying? What does self-love look like for you? What actions is that? How does self-love look like? People, you know what I'm saying? Because people really don't know what self-love is. So let's be specific. That's generic. What does self-love look like for you? For me, it might look different for you. So, how are you gonna love? How are you gonna love on yourself today? That's a question I want to know. I want to know. How are you gonna love on yourself today? What are you gonna do for yourself? Ain't no money involved in it. It's and no money involved. Let's say we not. It ain't no massages. It ain't no that with no money being spent. What you gonna do for yourself? That's an activity. That's some self love. How can you pour into yourself that way? And I'm just putting some energy on you, just putting that on your heart space so that you're nails, hair, getting cute, whatever. Okay. You said all of that. Making sure yourself is presentable when you step out. That's what I'm talking about. You ain't coming out in PJs. But yeah. And matter of fact, cause you can do all that at home yourself. You can do your own, you can paint your own nails. You can do your own hair. Yep. Dress yourself up today. You be a freaking Barbie. Treat yourself as a Barbie today. For real, for real. Treat yourself like a Barbie today. Do your own hair, paint your own nails, play some music, get your music going, and just be jamming and take your time doing that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Get that music going and then just start rocking out. You might come up with a new design or a new color pattern, some type of hairstyle. And you doing that for yourself, for your heart. Just like that. Taking the time. And if you can, um, one of the things I've been encouraging people to do just because it was something new to me that I had never done until this year. It's my first time doing it, yo. It sounds weird. It might sound crazy. I don't know if everybody's Aries on this wave, but being just looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love me. That was something I had never done that until this year. Looking in the mirror and saying, I love me. That's tough. Can you look in the mirror and it doesn't? And just saying that might make you smile. It might feel weird, but it's like, damn, like what? Like I love me, I love you. Like you just talking to yourself. And really loving yourself. That's some self love that you need to receive as well. Loving yourself, really, for real. Talking to yourself that way. Talking to yourself in a loving way. Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely challenge anybody to do that. Look in the mirror. I just started this year. I'll be honest with you. It was like, hold up, let me finish what you call it. Yeah, no, I'll talk to you. So daggone, my first, now, I had a breakup in 2017, and I think that was the first time, like just looking on the internet and this and the third, I just came across, I used to look at the cars and stuff like that. And that was my first time like really looking at it and into it and stuff. And then that was in 2017. And then this year, my ex, daggone, she used to watch people online. And then I'm like, I didn't know people was doing it online and whatnot. So I started looking at, I started watching them and whatnot, and I started seeing like how close some people really are to like really like pulling. I'm like, oh, they really reading. You know what I'm saying? They really reading the room. They know what's going on. They people and stuff. And then so I started going on the whole wave, and I started. So then, because I was a teacher, and so I always look at things from the other perspective. And so after a while, I started looking at okay, how they read in certain things, how they this and that third, boom, boom, boom. And then so I ended up I got my first deck, and then after I got my first deck, because you start watching everybody else on, you be like, man, they be having like 20 decks. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, yo, I gotta get some more. So then I got my original one. And I was big on I'm big on black, solid, whatever. So I was looking for something that had like, the black background and the black drop. And so this is this is why I call this my OG deck. I wanted the original Rider Waite deck. Got that one first. Started playing with that, doing little readings for people here and there. Cause you first, like everybody's not psychic, or everybody doesn't. A lot of people don't develop that psychic sense, or they don't believe in it that much, or they be like, oh, I'm not psychic for real. But then it's like, I started pulling for certain people this and that third, boom, boom, and they kept telling me like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? I was on this. I'm like, all right. So then I'm like, yo, I need another deck. So I went and got another one. That's why I got my shadow deck, because I like that shadow side, that other aspect to, people. Because sometimes people don't like to address their shadow side. Like we all have a dark side to us. Like one dude when I was in this mental asylum, the dude was like, people have a sin attached to them. He was like, some people have multiple sins attached to them, and your goal is like you're supposed to beat that sin, you're supposed to overcome it. But that's the shadow side that people just don't like to talk about. They'll put it up on everybody else, but don't want to admit like, yo, that it's like that's what I've been on. It's like it's okay to say that you're manipulative, or you're greedy, or you're lustful, or you're whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you have some people, you have that energy in you, and denial is the worst way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? It's best to say, you know what? I got a bad temper. I do get reckless with my words and with my mouth. I gotta admit that. That's a dark side. That's a dark attribute. Or it's like knowing that, push come to shove, I might steal something. Thievery, that's a dark attribute, but it's a part. And it's like, I accept this part of me. This is a part of me. I can't get reckless. I can't be, you know what I'm saying? Especially with people, when it come to me, because I grew up with a lot of women in my life, my intuition, and I have a lot of intuition and feminine energy. And so that kind of threw people off, because it's like, his voice a little softer than usual, or this, that, and third. But I've been growing up around women a long time, and women are that receptive energy. They're that intuition. That's that other side. So it's just, and so with me, I carry a lot of balanced energy, And so that throw people off. That throw people off. And it's weird because I'm super smart though. I taught math. And so it's like I taught math, but I also do art. So it's like I got both of those, that masculine, that logical side, and that creative, passionate side. And then so when I encounter people and I be reading them, and I be in it, but because that's what I used to come across. It used to come across as uh people don't, because they don't, it come across as unsettling to them when I be reading them, but I didn't know. I didn't know how psychic I was. I didn't know that, like, I be knowing how people be feeling. I be knowing how they be feeling. I be telling them how they feel, or I be saying it, and I be like, boom, 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 this and the third, and they be like, it bothers them, but I didn't know that I'm really psychic, and I was really tapping into their feelings and emotions. I could just pick up on it. I didn't know, but and so now, I had started reading a couple books, and in a couple of the books I was reading, it, like, even books that was like Think and Grow Rich, he acknowledges Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I love that book because it's very practical, and it says, like, you need to have a goal, and then your goal needs to have a timeline and date. So for me, mine was, by the time I'm 35 years old, I want to be earning $500,000 annually through my rolling education, my art ventures, and my dog business that will allow me to hire trustful individuals, especially students, so they can practice financial responsibility at a younger age. You see that shit? I know that shit like the back of my hand because I used to write that shit everywhere. It tells you, like, you need to write this shit the fuck down. You need to see it all the time. I used to write it so many times, and I used to say it every day. That was my manifestation. I just kept doing it, but I like that book because it gives you practical things to actually say and do. Set hard, like, people don't like guidelines. People don't like goals for real because then they got to set a goal. Bitch, it's a goal. Like, if you don't get it at that certain time, it's still, you have a direction in which you were going. So keep going. And so people just, like, some people get defeated by having a goal and putting a timeline. Man, a dream is just a dream with no goal behind it and no set timeline. Doesn't, like, at least put it out there, set the intention so that you know which way you're moving. Anyway, that book acknowledge people having a psychic band. You know what I'm saying? That there's people who have that extrasensory sixth sense, and because they tap into that other part, and you're just like, well, what happens when you go to sleep? What's your unconscious? Really studying your brain, because they don't be understanding all this stuff. They still trying to figure all this stuff out, and really just studying your brain and stuff like that. And it's like, certain people do have that bandwidth, and it's a matter of tapping into it and really nurturing it. Yes, it's about, you got to really tap into it and really nurture it. And so for me, every day, it doesn't matter. I am walking outside at some point. When the sun come up, I'm staring at the sun. You know what I'm saying? I'm absorbing energy from the sun. I take a walk at night underneath the moon, and I walk slow. There ain't no rush to it. I want the starlight. We talk about sunlight, but we want to talk about starlight, and really just sitting up under that and meditating and basking in the moonlight. And it's like, can the sun and the moon, they just want to see you. Jesus was out there for 40 days and 40 nights. What the fuck you think he was doing? What do you think he was doing for 40 days and 40 nights? And so, and even him, you know what I'm saying? It's really stuff like that. So, but then another book I read, it's about healing as well. And it's about balancing your energies and the chakras and things like that. And as she goes along, when it gets to the throat chakra, and it gets to the third eye, but she don't call them by that. She go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like and boom. But those last ones, they can be nurtured, they can be cultivated, and if you take the time to nurture and cultivate it, it can come across. So when I started doing this, I was like, you know what? Because insecurities were always supposed to come to an end. Any insecurities that you had, or even with words, the spell of that words have, because words are spells. The power of those are supposed to come to an end. I mean, I think that that's one thing you kind of notice too. Like when you were as a kid, I used to always wonder, like, I used to look at the adults like, man, how you so comfortable? How you so uncomfortable? But embarrassing yourself? You just talk freely and this and that. It's at a certain point, it was always supposed to come to an end. And so I'm at that point where it's like, yo, go ahead and put yourself out there. Your friends not psychic. They're not gonna understand. So just go ahead and put yourself out there. And so the universe right now is on some stuff then you start to realize people who are, you start to look at people in a different sense. You start to look at people as the universe is testing you. Really gonna see like, yo, how far you gonna take it, and are you gonna let somebody sway you? And so I got people, man. Somebody would sit there and pray over me every day. I'm like, all right, go ahead. You can pray over me. You can, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. Trying to stop me from doing the tarot and whatnot. I'm like, son, I'm having fun with this. And I'm pulling it and I'm reading this. You know what I'm saying? And they come across and I'm getting better at the joint. It's like, and when I read everybody and I'm looking at other people and I'm seeing how they read and this and that third, and I'm learning from them. And so every day it's only going to get better. It's only going to get more in tune. And I'm coming for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming for it right now. You seeing how it's getting started, and you seeing how clear as day certain stuff is, and at a certain point, it's really just tapping into it. And so now I'm looking at everybody else from like all the rest of the channels. I'm looking at them from I'm looking at it from a teacher standpoint. Okay, they just pull X, Y, and Z. Now how this is how I'll pause it and say, well, this is how I will interpret it. How they gonna interpret it? Why they interpreting it this way? You know what I'm saying? And really learning it like that way. And then on some stuff, just now it's more parts to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I study numerology. I've been studying, and that was another thing. Because since I was a math teacher, and so I'm not gonna fault the numbers and the symbols behind the numbers. I'm studying the numbers. The numerology say it too. I start reading my numerology books. My numerology books is on some stuff like, all right, if you're going down this path, we have to acknowledge tarot. We have to acknowledge astrology. I'm like, damn. I'm like, even my numerology books. And that's why when certain people trying to tell me about this and that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you say what you're doing, let you da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. But I know what the heck is going on here. Yeah. And you gotta have discernment. You gotta have discernment, because when they talk about projection, you got to see if like, hey, with this energy that this person is coming across, is it their energy? Is it my energy? Or is it both of ours? Is it something that they see within me? Or is it something I see? You know what I'm saying? What is somebody else picking up on? Because sometimes they actually see something in you that you're giving off, or it's their own thing that they're just giving off. And so you got to have discernment like, is that my energy or is that their energy? And somebody going to try to tell me something, try to make it so evil. Okay, my last numerology book I read, right? It said, why the fuck would God put you here with no instructions, with no nothing? He's just gonna put you here and just let you just sit here and just like, just I'm just plop you here for no fucking reason, and you gotta try to figure it out. What the fuck? This shit, even if you read the fucking Bible, it says look for the rainbows in the sky, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is there. You're supposed to figure it the fuck out. It's there. Looking at the stars, learning how to read it. The energy is there for you to read it. And it's on some stuff because people are in this mental hold. They don't understand the power of religion. That religion is meant to control the masses of people. And when somebody says something like that, you're like, huh? Napoleon even did it. But you knew who Napoleon was and how great he was as an emperor. They said, Napoleon, how far are you gonna take this? And Napoleon was taking it too far. Napoleon was taking it so far, they put him on another island and said, listen, man, we just gotta put you over here, because da-da-da. But he understood, like, and I've been doing I'm gonna search for the truth. You know what I'm saying? And if something don't resonate with me, if it don't sound right, I'm just gonna try to verify it and see what's going on with it. And so, I'm doing my studying, doing my research, and now I'm on some stuff about when it come down, because the Bible can be a very historical document. The battles, the wars, the people, some of that stuff did happen. It does, like, they reference the Bible for a lot of different stuff. However, the dude was on a wave, and he was like, he wanted to know about the history of black people. He's like, well, you got to study your masters. And then you start doing some research. That white picture of Jesus was painted by Michelangelo. I said, huh. Now, you as a person, you whoever you are, the fall of man, I've been doing my reading, this is all reading. The fall of man is when you try to put human attributes on God, on your God. Thinking God has emotions. God don't have emotions. You have emotions. That's a human trait. That's not a godly trait. You have emotions. If you look at the fucking Bible, all it says is God gonna send a flood. I don't like this shit. Flood. I don't like this shit. Ice age. It says shit like that. That things are. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for receiving the information and thank you for receiving knowledge. And it says stuff like that. And so, in doing the reading and doing the research, daggone, you look. It says Michelangelo painted the picture of Jesus. Now he's white. Do you think he was going to paint the picture of Jesus any other type of way? And that picture of Jesus is based off his family and one of his friends. And you can go, and I promise you, you can go Google it. All of the pictures, all of the famous pictures, all of the famous pictures of Jesus, even the one with God touching with the fingers, doing like this. Michelangelo did that shit, and it's based off his family and friends. He's fucking white. Now, if a Mexican artist fucking did this shit, who do you think would have did it? And it's like going on this path, and it's just do the fucking research yourself. You ain't gotta believe me shit for what I'm saying. You can go look at the shit for your fucking self. The oldest story is the Odyssey and the Iliad by the white people, right? By Europeans. That shit came out in 850 BC, before Christ. 850. Do you know what was happening in the world in 850 BC? Egypt was on its 24th dynasty. And I'm not talking, Egypt was old as shit by the time the white people learned how to read and write. And that's the first fucking story. And you can look this shit up for yourself. Egypt was on its 24th dynasty. Now, what happened was they daggone, but it's like, because it's like even I'm not just knocking any of that. It's all of them, man. It's all of them, because all of the religions, they say the same thing. All of them say the same thing. It just says it in a different way. So what is that sitting here telling you? That's telling you there is a truth. There's a truth. And then there's a branch of the truth. Boom, 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 boom. Hinduism, Buddhism, the Nation of Islam, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff, right? They all stemming from a truth. But it's the fall of man. They go up to they go get the truth, and then what do? They go back to their people like, hey y'all, I know all the answers, all the keys. I'm the smartest person here. Everybody listen to me. And what does everybody do? They listen to that person. Because that person went and got the knowledge from the truth. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all that happened. The Asian, the Arab, they all came and got the truth from a person and then came back out and said, well, I'm the smartest person here. Everybody got to listen to me now. And you know what I'm saying? That's what happens. It go just like that. Because they go from because next was the Muslims and the Arabs. And what did they do? They was like, okay, oh, y'all tired of the Romans controlling y'all? Y'all tired of the Romans controlling y'all? The white people controlling y'all? Follow us. Come follow Allah. Hey, I'm just a truth seeker. I'm just looking for the knowledge. I'm just looking for the truth. I ain't knocking nobody for nothing. But you notice how they really spin it. And the thing is, religion is used to control masses of people. And so if you branch off from that, what do you then? That makes them upset, right? Why does that make them upset? Because then they start going against all their morals and values and truths. They're going to start calling you out your name. They're going to start bringing all this other stuff. And that's a what? That's a logical fallacy. When you attack the person and not the argument. And go read it. Go read it. And read the same thing I read. And it says, actually, Muhammad, who was the last great prophet who never performed a miracle, at this day and age, if he fucking existed, y'all would call him a narcissist. And that's another thing. Because I be saying like, why y'all saying certain stuff? Y'all know the word behind it. But narcissist is actually a fucking god that fell in love with himself. But you don't know that shit because you don't read. Nike is a fucking god and it stands for victory. But you don't know this shit because you don't read the shit. It's shit like that we be sitting here just saying and just throwing out. But people don't know the freaking word, the meaning behind shit. But actually, Muhammad, his goal was to take over the world. He went to the Jews and the Christians and said, hey y'all, he did it slick as shit. He said, hey y'all, let's just all follow one. Just all follow one God. Da, 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 boom, boom. And if he would have got the Jews and the Christians to conform, he would have had the whole world on lock. Hey, but I'm just saying, trying to tell y'all, it's some truth to this stuff, and I'm just trying to figure it out. So when you go on a spiritual wave and say, nah, man, because you know what I'm saying? Because that be something, it be something people really be wrestling with. Do they really believe in Jesus? Because I'm like, okay, if you really believe in it, why you ain't living like that nigga? That nigga was outside for 40 days and 40 nights. Why you ain't doing that shit? And they looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, I'm outside every day, every night. Bitch, I've been camping. I've been in the woods. I be asking people, if you had to be outside all day and all night, like the first people, ain't no home, would you go to sleep at night or would you go to sleep during the day? Niggas is like, well, you know, I'll be a part of the day and part of the night. I said, hell fucking no, because I did this shit. And I went camping in the fucking, at the top of the mountains in the woods. And I said, bitch, when it get dark outside, you can't see shit. I'm out, you ain't gonna go to sleep. And that philosophical question, oh, if a tree fall in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. Bitch, when it's dark outside and the tree fucking fall and a leaf fall, you hope to God that shit fell by itself. You better hope that it ain't no fucking animal right there. I slept outside in the dark. And what I do, I slept with my fucking knife in my chest. I said, shit. If something happened, I at least got my knife and, you know what I'm saying, boom, boom, boom. But when you on a spiritual wave and you on that spiritual journey, it's gonna take you out there. And the only reason I kept going with this shit, cause I'm like, I done drove 2-3 hours out here and on my way I saw a rainbow. So I said, fuck, I'm on the right path. Let me just keep going. And bro, so you get out of that whole space, you get out of that whole mindset, and now you here. You know what I'm saying? Now you here. And it's like, there's no more, and it's like, and if you might want to say something, I'll keep referencing it. I'll go back and forth as long as you want to. You know what I'm saying? But that shit, like, do you really want to live like Jesus? That nigga was humiliated every day. They joked him all the time. Do y'all really want to live like that nigga? The disciples was looking at each other like, okay, I wrote this down. What the fuck did you write down? They got fucking different stories following the same fucking person. I wrote this down. Did you get that? I didn't really understand that. What if that nigga was really that much more psychic and that much more powerful? And they don't know what the fuck going on. That's a very well possibility. Why don't you question shit like that? Like, them niggas didn't know what the fuck was really happening either. And they just trying their best to understand, like, fuck, man. I don't know what the fuck he just said. You got that part? I didn't know what he said when he said that shit. It's stuff like that. But if you really want to sit down and look at it, how did they really treat this nigga? And see how I can talk freely, and why can't somebody else talk freely? What's stopping you? And at the same time, it says in the Bible, fear is not of God. And every time somebody wants to say something, I'll put it right back in there. Is what you want to go. It says fear is not of God. 2 Timothy 1:7. But power, love, and a sound mind. Niggas don't want to talk like that. But at the same time, what does that shit fucking tell you? They was throwing rocks at this nigga. They hung this nigga. Basically, put this nigga on a fucking cross. But is that how you want to live? Is that how you want to live your life? No. You're scared to be publicly humiliated. And that's all they fucking did to Jesus, was publicly humiliate this nigga to the best of their ability. Now, do you think they did that to a white man? I'm just saying. They put this nigga on a fucking cross for everybody to see. The nigga came through on a donkey. That nigga was in no rush to help no fucking body. How do you think people really looked at Jesus when he came through on a donkey? Riding slow as shit. Like, look at me, bitch. And what they doing? Throwing themselves. Because he ain't even looking at them. In the call Pawn said, everybody just throwing themselves at him like, putting themselves in front of the fucking donkey. Do you see me now? Because they say what? You can't get your blessing if you're not in the way. You got to be in the right position to get blessed, right? And that's on some. Let's take it out of that and that's on some spiritual shit, right? That's on some. If you want to receive your blessings, you got to be in the right place at the right fucking time. And this nigga coming through slow as shit on a donkey like, look at me, bitch. Oh, y'all need me. Who am I even here to fucking help? That nigga was in no rush at all. It was not a horse. It's on his time, right? Yeah, it's on my time, bitch. You was laughing and joking at me, but now you need my fucking help? What that shit fucking say? That said he came in flipping over tables like, bitch, what the fuck is going on here? I don't like this shit. It say that shit. It said the lady come to him asking for help. He basically called the bitch a hoe. She came to the water for some well. This and that, boom. He said, go find your. She like, I don't got. He's like, yeah, I know you don't got a husband, bitch. You had 5 of them. And the one that you with right now don't even want to fucking claim you. Called the lady a plain hoe right in her fucking face. The shit said. That shit is in there and it said just like that, bruh. But I can talk how I want to talk, and I can say it. I'm like, if y'all want to sit here and look, I'm like, that's what the fuck that shit say, ain't it? It said just like that. But niggas, but all they did was what? Doubt him, joke him, and humiliate him. And now I bet you would if he came through on the donkey talking about, I'm the king of the people. And it's like, oh, if you believe that these people really lived and did what they said what the fuck they was gonna do, try that shit. And you see what mentality you have. See how you start to move. See how you will live. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will not try that shit. And I'm actually trying it. Because what did I do? I was a teacher. I had my master's degree. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Leave some likes, comments, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Look through the channel. I be talking about, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like that, man. It's just like that. That if you actually try to live like this, what's going to happen to you? Man, I'm doing my shit. All I'm doing is my art, right? My uncle, this nigga makes 6 figures a year. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. That's love. That's love. That's abundance. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like when you start to really step out, I'm like, yo, do y'all really got faith? I'm like, yo, do y'all really got faith? Because if you really got faith, this is how you gonna move. Yeah, I got your question. Look at the poll. The poll should still be up. I think the poll's still up, ain't it? Or the poll not up no more? All right, the poll. Because you got options. You got to send it to the Cash App. I'll do a reading for you. And then we got options. And then I'm going to check for whatchamacallit. And then you just say, you comment sent for verification. Once I verify, I'll pull for you. And it's depending on what type of spread you want. $5 will get you a 3-card spread. And then 10 is if you want some clarifiers or if you want a second question. And then, I missed that right there. And then 15 is for, I got, add an option. 15 is you get that clarifier and an oracle. And then 20 is if 20 is on some, that's a full spread. I got 2 tarot decks and I got 2 oracle decks. 2 tarot, 2 oracle. 2 tarot, spread, 2 oracle. Okay. All right. Like I said, no advice. I'll pull straight from the tarot. But you got to send to the, you got your options right there. Do you see the poll? Yeah. It's a 5. It starts at 5. It starts at 5. Do you see the poll? I won't give you no advice. I'll just pull straight tarot. right? Because you asking me to do something. Why would I do something? You know what I'm saying? You need to give me some energy. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want to do. And so, if you want me to move in a certain direction, you'll move in the direction I say as well. For sure. But you got your options there. Now what happened to the poll? Where'd it go? Comment sent for verification. And then once I verify, one question, 3-card spread. 10 is clarifier. Clarification or second question. And this one is clarification, and oracle, and the last one, full spread. The full spread. Two tarot, two oracle. Sparkle. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I'm on this spiritual journey, been on this spiritual wave, and then, you know what I'm saying, even when cause I think I'm so powerful on some stuff. I think the other readers be picking it up, like, yeah, well, I don't know who was tapping into this jank, but some of y'all is being called to, do the jump, and it's on some, and they be telling like how they getting started, how they go about the jump, and so for me, that's how I started. You know what I'm saying, just let me go ahead and let me just do the readings for myself. I started just doing the readings for myself and seeing what energy is coming up for myself, and as I'm reading the energy for myself, then other people start to pull in and say, hey, can I, you know what I'm saying, boom, boom, boom. I start reading for them, and so the beauty, you know what I'm saying, the dope part of this joint was when Shorty came back, and because she was worried about the job and this and the third, boom, 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 and we navigated, we pushed her through that joint. She got that job. That shit was lit as a bitch. that was the hype moment for me. When Shorty was going through her whole thing, she was coming back, she was coming for the reading, she was coming for advice, and then she finally got that job. I screenshotted that shit. That was like, hell yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Being tapped in and tuned in with y'all stories and y'all journeys, I'm loving it and seeing how the whole thing play out. I love like Yara got the whole with the dentistry and moving cities. Can't wait to see that play out. I got another subscriber, Jessa. She's moving. She's the one who's moving to a new job, new location, and being able to find her next apartment and things. Matter of fact, she starts on the 18th. She starts whatchamacallit. So like, I love the fact I'm getting tapped in and tuned in with y'all stories, and we building and growing and we learning. And it's just like, cause that's keeping me going. That's helping me like really seeing how everything resonate with y'all, like the energy I'm pulling. And then how much is resonating with y'all, like, damn, okay, bet, this how this ain't paid out, this how I went boom, boom, boom. And I'm talking about, she was pulling up on all that, she was on some shit like, damn, she was like, that younger person you was talking about, that was this person that just popped up in this, I didn't even know that, boom, boom, boom. It was shit like that, so I'm just on that wave, and it's just, like I just told them, it's been the last few months, and now it's on some just making sure I get tapped in and delving right into it, and just, you know what I'm saying. And the universe looks at your actions. Every night, your body has to absorb the energies. Your body, your unconscious, has to say, this is the energy we encountered today. This is the frequency we was on today. This is what we did today. And so just taking a little action or a little step really goes a long way, man. And it's just like grounding yourself. Like today, this morning. How many people are gonna be able to sit here and say, "Oh, I hugged the tree today," and that's some stuff, right? That's some stuff. Yeah. So if you want that question, you'll send that to the Cash App, and then just comment sent. I'll verify. Once I verify, that lets me know which one that you went with. But dang, where'd it go? I don't know where that jump you going. So yeah, how many people really sat there and hugged a tree this morning? What put their bare feet in grass? And you lucky I can't look at you. Yeah, the shirt is big. It's like a 2 or 3X. And I wear like a medium. Oh no, matter of fact, it's an extra large. It's an extra large. And I wear a medium. Yeah, the shirt big. I don't like wearing tight clothes no more. Black Indian immigrated. You got anything else to say? I'm not sure if you're trying to be funny, but if you're trying to be funny, you might want to say something better than that. Because that shit didn't make me laugh. Coming towards you in October regarding... You don't have $1 million, dumbass. You're not a millionaire, bitch. So keep it a stack, keep it a G. Keep it whatever the fuck you got in your pockets, which is nothing, bitch. You probably got lint in your fucking pockets. So stop fucking trying to joke. You're not fucking funny. But if you are, I actually want you to say something funny, bitch. That's what I actually want you to do. Cause I'm gonna joke the fuck out of you. Your name is fucking whack. But I got a question, Yara. What's coming towards Yara in love? All right, Yara, and I really rock with you, so I'm also gonna pull an oracle for you as well, because you definitely are tapping in and investing. So I'm definitely pulling from the oracle as well, Yara, because I want you to give like a love message since we're asking a love question. And connection. Innocent plug, make sure you get Tangential Thoughts, which is a guided journal on Amazon that you can tap in and tune in with. Hopefully the goal is that one day we can get some Polaroids and some pictures and we can document our experience. I've been having a lot of people sign the book and whatnot as I'm just going through all my days and my journey. So hopefully one day we can get together, take some Polaroids, and just document our journey and our experience together. So we got all right, so what's coming towards y'all in love? Here we go. Okay. Okay. What's coming towards y'all in love? What's coming towards y'all in love, spirit? What's coming towards y'all in love, connections with frequencies. It's coming towards y'all with love in October. All right. Okay. Uh, all right. Remember when I told you, because now we're at a point of we continue our story, we continue our reading. Like we had our reading before, and now we're like in the point of like continuing our reading and things like that. So remember when we said that it was like there's lessons that you have learned, and then now you should be in a space of being able to pick on certain energies, certain frequencies, because sometimes you're going to encounter something and it's from the same person. It's embodied, it's wrapped up in a different gift. It's wrapped up in a different body, but it's an energy that you're going to encounter. And so there is a court card that is coming up here. And so I'll show it to you so you can see for yourself here. And I went a little further. I'm gonna go to the oracle, the love oracle as well. So are you yeah, I think you're good. So you got this King of Cups. Now the King of Cups came out. What came out first is the Ace of Pentacles. What came out next was the King of Cups. All right. So, oh shoot, are you able to see it? Let me see. So the top three cards of what came out first. Okay, yeah, the top three cards of what came out first, and then the next three cards of what came out underneath that. So this is brand new start and beginning. This is Pentacles. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then there was the Tower. Tower is also in reverse. Now, upright, the Tower talks about an uprooting, upheaval. You understand, a new foundation being started. But now this is coming out in reverse though. And then you had the Two of Wands. Now the Two of Wands. This is also fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. And remember, the Two of Wands is about creating that world. It's a card of preparation and planning. Now, the next cards, whenever I get a reversal, I'll always see what comes out next. What came out next with this Ace of Pentacles is the King of Cups. Now, upright, that's fine. But in reverse, though, this could be somebody who's going to tug on your heartstring. It's a King of Cups, though. And so something like this is something that it will be very appealing towards you. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the cups and this water energy popping out. This is something that your heart would definitely jump at. You know what I'm saying? This is something that your heart would definitely jump at. Let me make sure that the joint is it working? Okay. This is something that your heart would definitely jump at. Now, what happens once you move towards two is the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Tower in reverse. Now, upright, this is, you know what I'm saying, fighting and defending what you've started. And so I don't think that I don't think that you're in a space of where you're going to be fighting any energies. I think you're going to be in a more so of recepting and seeing how things play out. And so, yeah, because then what this does lead to though is Two of Wands and Nine of Cups. So everything that's out here so far is mainly we got you got the Seven of Wands in reverse here, and then you got the Two of Wands here, and then you got Cups, you got the King of Cups, and you got the Nine of Cups. Now, so I think the overall thing here is I would say to you is that because this came out first, and it's Ace of Pentacles, so it's a slow is like I don't think you're gonna see this coming per se. You know what I'm saying? This isn't and it's slower though, and so I wouldn't be waiting on this. However, I do see this person coming in. It's just going to be because you see how like this is divine timing, the universe giving this to you. But I think though that the lesson that you want to apply to this is it past or new? For just sitting here reading, I'm going to say new. All right, it's the Ace. You got this Ace of Pentacles here. You got this Ace of Pentacles here, right here. This is what I would say. But you got the Ace of Pentacles and you got the King of Cups. So what I would say about this though is that the fact that it's an ace and it's a brand new start and beginning, and aces, you know what I'm saying, that's divine timing and divine offering from there. I would say, because that's what's coming out first, but then it's also the Tower and the Seven of Wands in reverse as well. The Tower and Seven of Wands in reverse. And so with this energy, because upright, this is something that you're gonna have to fight and defend or whatever. But with this coming out in reverse and then leading to the Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups, now both of these, now Nine of Cups is total wish fulfillment, and it's on some, this what I got right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at me now. Look what I got. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm sitting on top of right now. And it's the Nine of Cups, and that's the completion of a stage and manifestation. Cups is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and you got the Two of Wands here, Fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. And this is looking out into that world, having the world in your hands, and still a card of preparation and planning. And so, I think the overall advice is that it's this Ace of Pentacles, this King of Cups and Ace of Pentacles, and the reason I'm saying, because it coming out in reverse could speak of, you know what I'm saying, a manipulative, emotional person. However, you also move to the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Tower in reverse. Now, that Tower speaks of a foundation. You just had a foundation stripped away from you. However, if you truly learned and you learn like, okay, these were the pitfalls, these were the reasons that this one did not work, and this is what led to it, like for however many things or this and the third, you now should be able to apply certain lessons and be able to approach this next one in a certain way. Remember that we're also not rushing into anything at all, because we want to make sure that we heal that past and we clear the past energy out. And the reason I'm also saying this is also because you then have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups, and in both of these cards, Two of Wands is like, yeah, I've received something. I've received some, and you know what I'm saying, this is a card of preparation here. And then that leads to the Nine of Cups, and this is wish fulfillment. And so I think that if you take the necessary time and you don't rush into it, but you wait for it to come, and then once it comes, if you can, as much as you can, peep the scene, the setting, and seeing what's really going on. I think that it can then lead to, okay, I have somebody, I have something that's worth building on top of, and but it doesn't necessarily have to be a full-on commitment. However, it does speak to, like, I think you'll be happy enough because it's on some. I'm sitting on top of the, because this is what it ends up at. But neither of these speak of like taking a lot of action, in a sense. And that what I'm saying, and the reason I'm saying to sit back the reason I'm saying sit back and hold tight is because you have the Seven of Wands in reverse and the Tower in reverse, and so because at what you the main thing that you should be taking the time right now to do from now until this next person comes in, and because this is one of the things that I've been doing is establishing who you are. You know what I'm saying? Establishing what routines do you have? What habits do you have? What activities do you enjoy? Because that's the space that you need. That's the space that you kind of got to be in right now, and for a bit until this next person comes in anyway. You need to figure out, yo, this is who I am. This is what I got going on, and this is what I'm not compromising for you. And then once you're able to get to that space right there, and then when somebody comes in and when they step into your space, it's, oh, hold on, Playboy. Before you got here, I was doing X, Y, and Z. My mornings go like this. I wake up, I do boom, you know what I'm saying? This is my routine. Now, you coming in, you can help me amplify, you can, you know what I'm saying, boom, 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 but I'm not gonna compromise my character. I'm not gonna compromise my happiness for you. And what I'm saying is, once you find somebody like that, cause you gotta be able to be in your power. And when you say something like that to somebody, then it's on some, okay, this person sticks around, and now you got this person, and you got a life that you're living with, and somebody's like, who's going to be supporting. They know what you got going on, and it's on some, yo, when I came in, when I stepped to them, they told me they was doing X, Y, and Z, and so they not and this is what I got to live with, this is what I got to deal with, and so now you want some stuff where it's like, yeah, because now you step into a space of realization, like, man, I can have this and somebody. I ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? I can still have, if I want to spend my 30 minutes in the morning just doing my morning walk routine, drinking my tea, this person already knows that they're not gonna come in and telling me, trying to make me drink coffee and eat Dunkin'. But when I've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? It's like taking this time right here to establish your routines and saying, like, these are my happy routines, this is stuff I've been doing. And so I'm still gonna do this. And then it's nice to be in a space to have somebody who knows and who recognizes that, because you got to say it first, and they're gonna test you. But when they come to the point of like, okay, and is that a point of when they give you your time and space to do the stuff that still makes you happy, and you got this person in your life, then you keep rocking and building, and now you want some stuff like, yep, I get to do this in my afternoons, and when I'm finished doing that, I get to come home to this person. Like, you still get to, I'm in my dentistry, I got my classes set up, I got work, this and the third, boom, 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 and at the end of the day, I got this person, and this person knows what's going on, I ain't gotta compromise for them, I don't gotta make extra time for them, I made time for my happiness, and I got time for this person, and it works like that, but you gotta be confident and clear on that. And I'll pull a love card for you as well. What is the advice for y'all in love? You got number 33, which is the caregiver. And I think, I don't know if that did it. That's 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 is a harmonious card for relationships. So here's number 33. Here's the caregiver. This is your advice. And hey, and I'm not just because of what you just said earlier. Watch this shit. Okay. I just want you to read. Watch the question, because watch this. This is your advice in love. Making good choices is a little more important at the moment for yourself and for the projects and people under your care. Consider carefully what is bringing you contentment and serving you well. All right? What's bringing you contentment and serving you, and what is not. And do something about it. That's why you have the tower reverse. The answer to any question should include the thought, how does this serve? The caregiver knows that support looks different for all situations and people involved, and that there's no blanket form of comfort and care. What worked last time might not work this time. What looked good in this one, if it was, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing that everything ain't gonna apply moving forward, and there's gotta be some changes, but it needs to be comfort for you and the other person. They will assess the outlook carefully and create a structure of care to suit the question. And just so you don't know I'm BSing you, the question is right there. If it can kind of, I don't know. But it says, what does self-care and care look like to you? And then the reason I'm saying that, because you talked about self-care earlier today. But the question really did say, and that's why I was saying the question, what does self-care really look like to you? And it's on some stuff, when you step into a new relationship, you're still practicing self-care and you're not compromising that for somebody. It's still, yeah, I'm going to spend an hour to 2 hours doing my hair, my makeup, my nails, That's because this is my shit and this is what I've been doing. So if you want me to go somewhere, you better tell me in advance and better get me prepping and planning at 6 o'clock. So if you want me ready by 8, type of shit. But it says self-care and care. So it's also like, okay, this is what I need. Now, what do you need from me as well? What does care look like for you? Because it might look, for one person, what works for one person might be different for another person. This person might need, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down, if you believe in the love languages, this person might want, if that person knows like, yeah, man, for me, love looks like this for me. And that may not be your love language. And so that's on some stuff like, all right, well, let me make sure I love you in your love language and you love me in my love language. Like, so we know like what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? And so we know that at least those both of our self-care needs were met, were communicated and met. I need this, you need this, and if anything happens, all right, was this or is this not being provided, or why is it being taken away? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And just communication is the linchpin to unity, sir. All right. No doubt. So yeah, the biggest advice right there is really, because you had mentioned that too. It's crazy how you mentioned self-care and then it just came out in that question too. So definitely figuring out, man, I need this. This is what I really need. This is what I want. Like, being able to tell your person like, yo, like next show that day, I'm like, yo, in the morning, I'm walking with my dog, and then I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, I'm hopping on YouTube. I need that time. I'm not compromising that. How will you know who this person is? Okay. How will you know who this person is? Damn, I would, I'm not because I'm this is one thing because when I look at this whole when I look at the I just you kind of hear like as when it comes out of this spiritual journey I'm on, I look at the generality of stuff. All right, now you got swords coming out. Now that could refer to a sign. However, um, you got little pinnacles here and you got swords coming out. Now swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, um, and you got earth and a little water. So what I would say though is how you probably know what this person is. And the reason I'm saying the swords because the swords came out twice. And you got the cups and you got is the nine of pentacles, ten of swords, seven of cups, and ace of swords. I would look out for a person who is they're not gonna move too fast because you in the first spread you had the ace of pentacles that lit that and then was clarified by the king of cups and you got some more cups coming out here. So that's earth and water. Those are both slower moving energies. And so and I think you should be okay with somebody who's not going to move things too fast as well. But look out for a person who's not going to move too fast with you. All right. So and don't be alarmed by like to see if like they really feeling me. This like let them because the thing was like let things play out how they should. Because right now you need the time and space to set up your own rituals, practice, routines, and what's making you happy so that you can communicate that to that person. However, I would say since you got swords popping up twice here, look out for someone who's very communicative at the same time. All right, look out for someone who's very communicative at the same time. Just because that is some air. That's air, and that's a lot of thoughts, frequency, and just speech. So, because the last card is this Ace of Swords, and this is truth. This is truth coming to you. The Seven of Cups that popped up, so a little water. So yeah, look out for someone who is going to talk to you about their emotions. All right. And I think that's something that you'll be happy to receive anyway. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's telling you how they feel, and especially sometimes how people can come across about men who are like that or something like that, but just be on the lookout for someone who comes across and they're communicating their feelings to you, and even if they talk about like some painful or hurt situations and things like that, be like, okay, fine. But they talk about some painful, hurtful situations. Be careful of somebody trauma dumping too. That's a trend people have been on a wave of now as well. Be careful about that. And especially if somebody comes in with they coming back from some heartbreak or pain, whatever. Be careful about that as well. You definitely want to move slow with that too. But look out for somebody who's going to be very communicative about their emotions and where they're at emotionally. And at the same time, your other thing was to just wait it out for a bit and let things play out and subside. I think you and that person will be able to just take things and just doing some casual, carefree, low maintenance type of dates and things like that to get to know each other. Not Netflix and chilling on some, we at the park, we taking a walk for an hour or two, just chatting and chit-chatting over some ice cream type of shit. Like, that type of stuff. Like the low key, y'all chatting and getting to know each other where it ain't too much, it ain't nothing too heavy, too da-da-da, boom, boom. But I think in just getting to know a person and how they move, how they react. You know what somebody asked me the other day? You know what I'm saying? She said, okay, how did you respond to that? What was your reaction to boom, boom, boom? How are you healing from that? Shorty asked me that the other day. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest, I was on some, because I was on some stuff telling her like, yo, this is what I've been going through, boom, boom, boom. Like, so you need to know. But she was on some, okay, what have you been doing to heal from that? How are you? What's your reaction to X, Y, and Z? You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be something that you can sit there and ask that person too. And yeah, if they come across with their feelings and that, they're okay. How do you want to proceed? How do you act when you don't get your way? What happened the last time when you didn't get your way, when you wanted something to go in a favorable outcome that didn't happen? You need to know that if you say no to this person, how they gonna act? What's gonna happen? If you don't like, yo, like if you feel like, yo, I gotta do X, Y, and Z right now, and I can't make time for you. That's something that you guys sit there and wrestle with too. Like, how do you react to, you know, those type of things? But that's how I would say. From what's coming out, I would say look out for a person who is going to communicate about how they feel. But your advice from the oracle was, what is self-care and care? So self-care, what are you doing for yourself to make you happy, and care, what is that gonna like? That's something that the other person will have to tell you. So that's a conversation that y'all can have. That's a beautiful conversation for any people getting together to have. Yo, what do you do for self-care? What makes you happy? What's your alone time look like? Yeah, you got more pentacles, so definitely a slow moving energy. Might have some. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Maybe look out and this not being too, what you call it, but if they birthday is in like late December or January, because you had some earth and you had some air come out, so that would be along that Capricorn Aquarius line. Just on the lookout, just maybe. That's because I saw earth and air coming out a couple of times, and earth and air pop up right there. Gemini, no. Capricorn is earth, and then Aquarius is air, and both of those are they're right next to each other. So look out for somebody who's born along late December, early January, or just around that time. December, January. No, matter of fact, that's January. Yeah, look, that's matter of fact, that's just January. Capricorn and then Aquarius is January. Yeah. Look for somebody in that time frame too, like whatever that is. Yeah, Capricorn is Earth because you have some Pentacles pop up, and then that water. Yeah, around that time. All right, there's my timing for you. If there's some timing or some connections to make, because most of what came out was it was Pentacles. You had Ace of Pentacles and then King of Cups, which is Earth and Water, and then you had more Pentacles, and then you had a whole bunch of air. And air is Aquarius, and Earth, close to that Earth is Capricorn. So look out for somebody who may be born in January, and look for a connection in January type of thing. Or that may be when things get serious, because you had a little water come up, and that's Pisces, and that's February. So I think things will get serious by the time Valentine's Day wraps around. So I think you'll have a Valentine's. It's my best bet. My safest bet is that you'll have a Valentine's, and it'll be solid. I think you'll have a solid Valentine's Day from what's coming up. Yeah. If you can just take some time, get your own routines settled, and once you're able to communicate your happiness, like, hey, yep, these things make me happy, and that person can also say what makes them happy, and then y'all build, and y'all can look forward to a nice Valentine's Day. That would be my advice for that. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate you popping in yesterday with your love and your energy, and then today with a lot of support as well. So yeah, take some time to just pour into yourself, pour into your cup. All right, take some time to pour into your cup. Hold on. Alright. Alright, I'm about to hop off of here. That sun's starting to beam. We gotta go for our walk. Midday. I gotta go make my shorts. I gotta go make my shorts for today. What would that require making a decision with the past person? That's you. That literally, because you have free will, and that all come down to you. And it come down to what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to allow. And so if you're willing to allow, because it come down to like, yo, if the question is, if you let it. That's only if you let it. Because it come down to the old people have a saying: once you had enough, you had enough. And if you hadn't had enough, if you willing to go, if you willing, because some person done gave you enough scars on your heart, but if you willing to let this person hurt you one more time, and boom, 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 because you got to get your heart broken down enough until you like, oh, hell no. And that's on you. I would not, you wouldn't want it to affect going to like, and just think about it in the same way. You wouldn't want whoever your next person, your connection to be, to always be talking about their ex, to always be like, oh, what did I boom, 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 and this person, you know, you want a clear-minded, you want a clear, stable person come. You want a person to be like, to have their own sets of routines and know what makes them happy, and it ain't got shit to do with their ex and shit to do with their past. And I think that you want the same, and I think that person should get the same for you. That you not coming in talking about, clear that shit and heal, and then block if you got to. I'm on some. I'll tell you this much. Not one ex of mine can call me or anything. They are blocked on every social media site, and I changed my number and I moved. They couldn't pull up on me if they want. They couldn't find me. So if that energy moves into the next connection, that's because I'm sitting here talking about this person, bringing them up, and that's unfair to the next person. So, but it's like that, you know what I'm saying? So, is it going to interfere with the next person? That's on you. Is it going to, that's, you know what I'm saying? You control that shit. And if somehow, some way they do pop, block, if they come out, delete, that's when you know that you really, when you start deleting pictures, I saw a picture pop as a highlight on my phone. I said, what the fuck? Delete that shit. Stop popping this shit. The fuck. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't even really delete it, hide it. If you got an iPhone, you can hide pictures. You can hide a picture. And at least that way, the shit ain't in your album. And the only way you're gonna actually look at it is if you type in your password to go look at it. Really be in that space. Because for me, I'm the type of person, I screenshot the reasons with an S. This is why I'm never fucking going back, and this is why I'm never, I'm dealing with this shit again. Because if the person come back, it's what else can they do to hurt you? And it has to be bigger than the last one. So thank you so much again for your time, your energy, your patience, your attention. I appreciate you so much. I'll be back on this evening for a dream manifestation. Where should our thoughts be at? Where should our mental frequencies be at? So that we can go to sleep thinking about our abundance, so that we can wake up attracting our manifestations. I'll be back on this evening for our dream manifestations. Have a blessed day. Be creative. If there's some way you can be creative, be creative. Do something a little different. Do something, you know what I'm saying, cool. Surprise yourself. Do something that's gonna surprise you and make you happy and laugh. All right? Have a blessed day. That's it. Thank you.